BossFluent Radio. Shout out to our partners, Be Your Own Kind and Ms. Z with the Tea, honey. And thank you to our amazing sponsors, Tax Strategy, Black Dollar Days, Fiya Infusions, and last but not least, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Okay, tune in every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time and at 9 p.m. Eastern Time in Philly. All right, y'all, it's showtime. Let's get it. Make sure that you tune in every Thursday to the Blueprint Live at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, live on Facebook and YouTube. And then you can catch me on Fluent Radio, Philly Jams 95.3, Indie 101.5, and Mixed Talk Media. And I'm available anywhere that you listen to podcasts, okay, and your radio shows. So get on it, okay? Let's do this. I love to connect with you and promote what you got going on. Let's get it. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on the Blueprint Live, visit thebpmediaco.com today.
What it do? Your favorite cousin Young Jock checking in, and right now you're tuned into the Blueprint Live with my favorite MzMetchi, all right? Hey man, you know what it is. Keep doing what you're doing and keep it right here. Chill.
Yo, what's happening? What's happening? Oh, it's your boy $2 Fabo, Bankhead Fabo. Oh, hey man, check this out. I want y'all to tune in right now to the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi. And I want you to tune in every Thursday at 6:30 Central Time. Ah! Oh, Fabo!
Hey, y'all. Don't mind me. I'm just vibing today. I got my little makeup hat. Baby, it's been a day. Y'all come on in and get your drink. We're back. Having to know. Hey. Welcome back to another week of the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. Happy Thursday to you wherever you are. Now, look, y'all know that I got to have my cocktail because it's Thursday and we having a good night. We're going to have a good time. Okay, let's go ahead and get it. Before we jump in, I have to give a special thank you, of course, to my amazing sponsors. So shout out to Live Long Health, Black Dollar Days, Paris Ice Bar, and Fiya Infusions. And of course, thank you so much to all of my listeners that are tuning in through our radio partners, Fluent Radio, Philly Jams 95.3, Indie 101.5, and Mixed Talk Media. You all know that I told you last week, I think that was last week, that at the end of this month, Mixed Talk Media will, my show won't be streaming there. They are, closing up shop with that network. So it has been a time. Thank you to everyone that tunes in with me through Texas. I am currently searching for another avenue to make sure that the Blueprint Live stays out there. So please, you all keep me in your thoughts and keep the Blueprint Live, okay, in your prayers, okay? I need y'all to do that for me. And if you haven't already, be sure to follow the Blueprint Media Company on all platforms. Literally type in the BP Media Co. and everything is going to pop up. And of course, make sure that you're following me. I try to tell you all about all the hot things that's going on. And certainly we have to jump in because, baby, it's been something. If you are feeling the song that I opened up to tonight, okay, that was Dark Room Confessions by Just Chris. Shout out to him doing his thing. I think he has another project that's coming out. So I got to make sure that we bring him back on the show, so that you all can see everything that he has going on up until this point. Now, tonight, okay, this was a topic that came up in one of my groups that I'm a part of. And I felt like, I said, you know what? I told them, I'm taking this to the show tonight. How important is it to be friends on social media with your significant other? Okay, I want you all to weigh in. I want to hear from you all. Okay, I want to hear from you all. So that's going to be tonight's topic. Now, look, I'm going to really quick. We got to pay some bills because y'all know I have a word from our sponsor. Okay, Live Long Health. And when I come back, we're going to go ahead and hop into tonight's Hate It and Love It. Be right back. Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time. Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well,
The Black Dollar Days initiative has officially kicked off. Make sure that you join founder.
I guess Live Long Health say that they not ready at this particular point. So I think now is a good time to go ahead and hop into tonight's Hate It
All
and
right,
Love It.
y'all.
Because I don't know
It's
what's
time
going
for Hate It and Love It. Let's get into it.
Things have been in shambles since the storm on Monday. I don't know what happened, but it's definitely knocked some stuff loose. Okay. Now, look, getting into tonight's Hate It and Love It. So, this morning, I was really, really inspired by a conversation that I had with my good friend Lauren. Shout out to Lauren. You know, get you a friend like Lauren. We really were talking about just the power of friendships and talking about how it's important to have friends that are multifaceted, that can be there for you, that can support you, and not only just support, but to uplift you, to carry you through some of those times that are a little bit of a challenge. And I tell you what, my love it this week is definitely the friendships that are intentional. Last week, last week I went off. I went on a tangent. I can't even say that I am upset about it or that I feel away, because like I told y'all last week, sometimes you have to say those things, but just as quickly as we can make notice of when things are bad, we also have to be thankful for when things are good too, and we have to call those things out. So when you have genuine multifaceted friends, like people that really care about you for real, okay, that conversation, I told her, I said, girl, we literally, you know how you on the phone with your friends or your loved ones and you just have to throw your hands up because they say something and it resonates so much. That conversation was definitely one that did it for me today, and I'm thankful for my village. Thankful for my village. You have to be, and then we also have to be thankful, as we were talking last week, for the ones that leave too. You got to be thankful for all of it. Okay, so that's definitely my first love it, and definitely. So look, I need y'all help, because I have the opportunities that have been on the horizon for the MzMetchi brand, for the Blueprint Media Company. It overwhelms me. Like it gives me almost like the shakes sometimes to think about the fact that I literally set out on a mission for something for my business, and there are so many things that are happening that's coming up where I'll be able to expand the reach. I'll be able to help other people. So look, I'm putting out a call because this is the love it. I have a lot of opportunities on the table to really highlight the people that deserve it. Okay. And I hope y'all could hear me. Okay. I kid you not. The Wi-Fi, everything is acting a dang on fool today. But if you can hear me and you can hear this message clearly, help me, y'all. I'm asking for help. Which y'all know, another conversation I had this week was about how it's hard for Black women to ask for help. So here I am. Here I am. I present myself to thee. But look, if you genuinely know somebody, because I tell you all the time to drop your business in the comments, because I'm here to promote you. And I promise y'all, God is using me in this season, and I'm trying to help y'all. I want to help anybody that wants to be helped at this point. But I'm looking for people that are doing positive things in the community. So drop your favorite restaurant. Okay. Drop your favorite impact partner. Like if you have someone that is making an impact in the communities that they serve, I need to talk to them. Like, understand, I need to talk to them within like the next 2 weeks. I'm on a time crunch, because sometimes when opportunities come up, I love that they're on the horizon. So that's the love it this week. But when opportunities come up, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Let me tell y'all how earlier this week, the day of the storm, the sun will come out. Nothing good ever comes easy. I know time for love. Okay. I just had to break into a musical moment. However, when the storm happened, that day was really, really powerful in terms of where I had come from before the storm hit. Okay. And I'll go into that later on with what's happening, what's up. Because baby, it was a lot going on Monday in the weather. But I did have a meeting, and y'all know I don't announce things until they have 100% come to fruition. But the ink is damn near dry for all of that. And this particular opportunity is going to allow me to do what it is that I do on a much grander scale. And I would love for my people to be a part of it. So please, I beg you all, drop the businesses in the comments. What's up, Jocelyn? She said, hey girl, you looking gorgeous as usual. Thank you so much, girl. I try. Let me tell y'all how I was running around today. Like another love it. I'm gonna add a bonus love it. My love it is the fact that it's my capacity. Today started off early. I had to go into work, and then we had our company outing. They went to play pickleball. Y'all never played that in my life. I had a great time today. It was a lot. It was a lot of like activity. We had 6 different activities, and they were timed, and we were on teams. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was so much going on. But I'm so thankful for my capacity these days because I'm able to do so much in my 24 hours. And I used to be the person that, y'all, I will hide under a blanket in a heartbeat. My girlfriend this week literally, Renita literally was talking to me. And I asked her, could I bump up a meeting? I said, can I bump a meeting up? And she said, why? You must be going to go do something else that's going to be fun and not wanting to do work. I said, no, I'm actually doing the complete opposite. I'm doing nothing. Life has gotten so busy that I have to schedule to do nothing. But I'm thankful for the capacity because the same 24 hours that a lot of people have, I can make a lot of things happen. And I did it Monday. I did it Monday. Monday was a winning day. Closed a lot of deals that day. I was so thankful. It was too much. Okay. It was too much. But nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. What's up, Butchie Tracy? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Jocelyn said, I love companies like that. My company is literally the best. That's why I continue to be a corporatepreneur. Everyone is like, why don't you leave and just do media full time? I'm like, I'm working towards that. But in the meantime, I have a company that's decent. And we talk about crappy companies all the time, but I love my company. I do. And I can say that, the crazy thing about it, I've never been able to in my job history to say that like confidently, like, oh, I love it here. When I was at Bank of America, I'm like, I hate it here. This is bad. This is not favorable. Regis was the one that I literally went into the company that I'm at now with whole PTSD from Regis. They were horrible. Okay. Like, and I don't care. I'm like, I didn't sign no paperwork that said I couldn't say what my experience was. They're a great company. All of the companies that I'm working for have been amazing in their own right. But when you have a company that not only compensates you appropriately, but then also treats you with love and respect. Like when I tell you, when I was out last year and I had surgery and all that other stuff, my manager, who is the general manager for 2 whole properties, was checking on me daily. Like, I mean, called me more than some family members and friends. Okay. Like these people checked on me, beautiful flowers, just to let you know, like, hey, I'm thinking of you. We can't wait to see you when you get back. And even when I came back, my desk was clear. How often are you able to go away from your desk and it's clear when you come back? God is good. Okay. I love companies like that too. Kim said, heavy on the nothing. Hey, girl. Hey, friend. Jocelyn said, heavy on the scheduling nothing and not calls while doing nothing. It's important. I used to see what my problem was is that I would run and run and not give myself that downtime. And now I don't care who it offends, what I miss out on, who's upset or anything. If I have been doing the things that I need to do during my week, okay, I've handled business, I've done what I need to do. If I can't come see you, if I can't do this, if I don't have the capacity to be on my phone all the time, because baby, let me tell you one thing. I don't know what it is about this 36 year. It's nothing special, but I have detached from my phone. Even as a business owner, as a person that like I'm kind of on call a little bit to an extent, I have abandoned my phone. I try to get the furthest away from this phone when I can. So if it's a delayed response, it's because I'm not around it. And I don't care. Or I might have it in my hand, but I might not feel like talking. I'll give you a courtesy. I don't feel like talking, but scheduling to do nothing is important for your self-care too. It's important. You have to have quiet hours. You cannot be on tap all the time. And when you accessible like that, you lose value. Okay. I'm going with Rolls Royce energy. I'm going with the energy where it's like, I don't even need a commercial. I don't. You're gonna buy it anyway. You're gonna buy it anyway. That's just where I am. So when I'm scheduling my nothing time, please don't impede on that for the love. Okay. Jocelyn said, I'm starting to like U-Haul. I think I will be here a while. Yes, like this is the thing. Everyone is not going to want to branch off on their own and start their own business. Why reinvent the wheel if you don't necessarily have to? For me, if I had not pursued my business, I would certainly be trying to be on the fast track to like VP, CEO, CFO status or whatever the case is. Like, if you got it like that, you got it like that. If you find a place and you lock in, sis, lock in. Get your benefits, do all the other stuff, but constantly fight for yourself because that's the only thing about in the current market now. When you stay in the jobs long term, they will pay somebody off the street more than they'll pay you, and you've given them loyalty and given them your time. So make sure you collect that bag at all times. Okay, now that's a hashtag. That's an OG corporate chronicle. Get the bag, sis. Get the bag. Kim said, I love that I can set my phone down and walk away, especially when both my kids are home. If everyone is safe and I've gotten the latest updates on people or whatever the case is, like my loved ones, what do I need to be attached to this phone for? Unless I'm playing Bejeweled. Because I don't know about y'all, that's my favorite pastime. I love a little bit of Bejeweled now. I love Bejeweled. Jocelyn said, as you should, everyone needs me time at work. Of course. At work especially. Jocelyn also added, girl, I thought I was the only one who don't want to talk sometimes. I will call you back eventually. Call 3 times for the emergency. Baby, call 911. Call Jesus. Call somebody. Call somebody else. I have been in the habit of telling people, and this is when it comes to anything, emergencies, financial stuff, health stuff, certain things like that. Where the zone that I'm at in my life, and it's gonna sound messed up when I say it, y'all gonna be like, oh, MzMetchi, why you say that? But I'm gonna say it. I don't care. Put me last on your priority list. Put me last on your people to ask. Okay, I got my own stuff going on. Everybody got their own stuff going on. This is the thing. It's so rough when you are barely staying afloat on your own boat. Okay. And then somebody they're like, I need your paddle too. What paddle me? You can't take my paddle too. That comes to with your energy, whatever it is. Sometimes you have to just kind of, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. But I tell everybody, make me last on your list. Because I can't show up for you right now. I'm showing up for me. I'm in my selfish season. It's all about me. I'm on my Maya and Cisco. It's all about me. Whatever I want to do, okay? If I don't want to talk, I don't want to talk. If I ain't got it, I ain't got it. If I don't want to go, I don't want to go. Heavy on I don't want to go. That's my thing, y'all. I have bought so many tickets to places and never went. Anyway, though. Now, the hated it. This was not going to be too bad. But I really hate that when I log on to social media or I go to read the news, I go to watch the news, I'm on listening to the radio and just getting the download of what's going on in the world. It's been kind of sad seeing a lot of people that are staples within our communities or on the shows that we used to watch, or just a part of certain eras in our life. And y'all be surprised. Y'all gonna be like, you don't know that I don't know the name wrong. And They were among people that have gone on to this week. And Richard Simmons was the one that kind of like hit it. Dang, this is so sad. Like not that the other ones weren't sad. It was a lot going on last week. He attempted murders, all types of stuff. But that one hit hard because it totally made me think about my my grandma Daisy. Y'all, she used to have the Richard Simmons workout videos. And I found myself like I was like sad for a second, and then I was cracking up. I'm just like, Richard Simmons was wild back in the day, like the headband, the spandex, like all of that. So the hate of it this week is just kind of losing some of the people that are attached to very nostalgic memories. Like just within my lifetime, my childhood, whatever. It's hard. Like Beverly Hills 90210. What? Beverly Hills 90210. Everyone watched that. Everyone watched, what was it, Charm School or whatever, the Charm Girls, whatever else Shannon was on. Okay, y'all know Shannon. If you see her face and you don't know her name, you've seen her in countless things over the years. So hearing that she passed away, all of these people, we've lost so many people within like the hip hop world. Like this year has been pretty difficult. So we're gonna pull a little bit out for those that we have lost during this year. And I'm gonna say that that's the hate of it. A lot of legends in their own right. It's a reminder that we have to continue to keep building on our legacy. I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Okay. Now look, we're gonna try. Charmed was the show. Thank you so much for queuing in on that. Thank you so much, Anthony. I appreciate it. Jocelyn said, I heard selfish people live longer. Girl, I want to live forever. Those are the vibes that I'm going with. So let's go ahead. I think that now is a good time potentially to try to get our break on. I'll be right back. Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you could treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm gonna take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Let's get into today's What Would You Do? Where we're talking about real situations with real people and offering real solutions.
Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. If you are just tuning in with me, make sure that you drop those businesses in the comments, okay? Grab your wine or whatever it is that you're drinking. It's time for tonight's What Would You Do? Now, this is a stepmom that is in need of some advice, okay? She's got a little bit of a tricky situation here. I haven't had much room for anything that makes me uncomfortable since my child passed away a year ago. I've endured enough disrespect from my grown stepchildren to last a lifetime. They have stopped visiting since I finally stood up for myself. And even though my husband acts as though everything is fine, I know that he misses them. I canceled Christmas and Thanksgiving last year because I felt that we were unappreciated with their behaviors. What steps can I take, or should I take any steps at all to ease the transition for him to start back spending more time with his children, because I usually organize most of the functions on their behalf. What would you do in my shoes? This is different. This is different. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, because I see you all filtering in now, tonight's What Would You Do? We have a stepmom that she has lost a child over a year ago. Her stepchildren don't treat her very nicely. They're not very kind to her, not nice. And she wants to try to bridge the gap because she feels that her husband is missing his children naturally. Whew. Okay. And y'all feel free to jump in on the comments. I'll definitely read them. I'll put them on the screen if you all comment. But this is one of those tricky situations, right? And I couldn't imagine what things are like sometimes from a step parent's point of view, because these are your children, but they're not biologically your children. So that's always a factor. It's always something that comes into play. If I don't know. See, the thing about it is, if you've already had multiple conversations and there's been no change behavior, with you addressing everything personally, unfortunately, it's going to be up to your husband to kind of close the gap, right? I think somebody's going to agree with me tonight. He's going to have to be the person to move the needle with this situation. I think, personally. I think that you can start maybe with having conversations with him of what does rebuilding those relationships or those bonds look like? How can we close the gap? What do you think that he should do? Because let me tell you one thing that I'm learning, that I have learned, I would say, over the last several months is, because I'm totally an alpha female, right? Like I'm totally an alpha female, but you do, as alpha females, you do have to step aside and let the male be the alpha male, right? Because hopefully you with a dude that he gonna let you completely be in your alpha female energy. Oh, I'm an alpha woman, all of that. But then you also have to allow him the space to be an alpha male in his own right. So this is a situation where he's gonna have to kind of get his claws in the mix to start repairing those relationships. Okay. Let me go to Lynn's comment. Hey, cuz, have a family conversation with stepkids and husband and explain how she feels. She may need therapy also due to grief of losing a child. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that there's a conversation that can be had with everyone, and based off of how that goes, really just seeing what's the best way to move forward. Grief counseling is absolutely needed. That's needed even if you weren't having problems with the kids. Because I'm sorry, I mean, y'all ever lost somebody? If you ever lost somebody, then pardon me, it's a little, I'm a little warm. That you don't just get over that. You don't just get over that, but you do have to learn positive mechanisms in order to get through it. So I think that her going to the, and getting some type of therapy for that, you lost your own child, that's absolutely necessary. I agree with that. But there does need to be a conversation with everyone as a whole, because see, you don't want to put your husband directly in the middle, but we want to more so utilize him as a positive liaison or someone that's going to be able to diffuse the situation. Because let me tell you, I don't know if y'all have ever been in this situation where, so I grew up, it was myself, of course, my sister and my mom, and we had two dogs. The dogs were even women as well. Okay, we had two female dogs, and then it was my dad. My dad was the only man in the house. And for the most part, he, of course, he would talk and different things like that. He wasn't like a mute, but he was a man of little words back then. But baby, it was something about when things would just be going haywire and we're yelling at each other, or there's an argument, or maybe Rondalyn and I have gotten spicy with mom, whatever. oh my goodness. And my dad, he would just say whatever, and he would say it at like his loudest voice and everything, and it would shake the room. I mean, it was almost as if you had Mufasa and then you put him all the way up to 56 and the dial is at 60. Okay. So he up there. Okay. 56, that's pretty high. Okay. And it would shake the room. And everybody would just be like, oh my goodness, what's going on? Dad has roared, at this particular point. It's something about, men, women and men, the husband and the wife control the temperatures in the household. Okay. So I would tell this lady, what would you do? What would I do if I were in your shoes? If you've already tried having these conversations with the stepchildren and it hasn't worked out, your job is to let your husband know that no matter what, you've got his back and you support him having positive relationships with his children. Okay. And that you are open to doing whatever you have to do to restore that, whether if it's having them back over for dinner, congregating, family therapy, going on a vacation to see if things could work out, whatever it is that is his vision, you have to let him lead in this situation because those are his babies. The same way that if it was your children that were treating him in that way and being disrespectful, he would expect for you to handle up. Okay. So sometimes we just have to know when to handle up. Okay. Auntie Tracy said, that's what I was going to say. Yes, y'all. I love how y'all saying hello in the comments. She said, respect and honor first off. Absolutely. With respect. Like, hey, you know what? I think a lot of the times people need to know that you care about them, the kids. You canceling Christmas and Thanksgiving. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I would have did it too. Baby, y'all not gonna come and drive me crazy on the holidays. I have to deal with y'all the other days. I'm gonna have my holidays with some peace. So I'm not mad at you for doing that. But sometimes we have to step outside of our shoes and we have to look at things from a different perspective. Okay. Of hey, imagine if these are the only times that everybody could get together and you took those things away. We have to recognize the magnitude of some of the decisions that we make and how they can impact others, because that is important. That's absolutely a factor. Absolutely a factor. So, and yes, I think in having respect for one another, respect is let's sit down and have a conversation. Even if you don't miss them, I'm not going to lie, sis. Tell them you miss them too. I miss having y'all around the house. I miss y'all and the kids or whatever they all come with as the children. And this is the thing. It might be a lot initially, but the fact that you notice that there's some discomfort there's some discourse within that relationship. It may not necessarily translate to you missing them, but you understand that there's a void that should be filled, right? At the end of the day. Because those are still your husband's kids. So you're going to have some type of regard, even if you don't. But open the conversation warmly, positive, okay, uplifting, and open, okay? Because you got to be prepared to hear some things in case it's some stuff that they may have about you that they're not 100% feeling either. You got to be able to take that on the chin, sis. If you want to have a conversation, even if your husband opens up the conversation, you have to be willing to accept whatever is said back to you. Okay. So if I were in your shoes, if it's open where you could talk to them, take them out, talk to them. Okay. If it's not, have your husband facilitate the conversation. And I would say do it sooner than later. We are almost, if y'all look up, it's going to be August 1st before we know it. And then by the time I'll be back here in I feel like a few weeks with my Christmas hat on, I'm going to get me a little Christmas tree this year. The Blueprint, we're going to have a Christmas tree. But, time passes by and life is short, okay? And I'm sorry. For me, I'm not going to be in a relationship with anybody and you not seeing your kids. Where your kids at? Where are your kids? Where are your kids? Okay, I don't care how old they are. Have you talked to your kids? Have they been by here? Do they need anything? Everyone good? Whether we on good terms or not, because this is the thing. Y'all got to understand, if you are in a relationship, even if it's just a relationship, but if you're in a committed relationship with anyone that has kids or whatever the case is, there has to be some type of regard for that. And if y'all done got into it, and now your husband not hanging out with his kids because y'all got into it, somebody got to be the adult and close the gap. Because no matter how old them kids are, they still his kids. Okay? So you're going to have to close that gap up sooner than later, sis. We're giving you until Labor Day. And that's still egregious. It's not your fault. You don't have to take disrespect or whatever the case is, but check it at the door. We don't hold grudges. Because see, you could be here today and gone tomorrow. And who wants to live like that? Who wants to live like that? I don't think that that's the way to go. So if I was in your shoes, you're going to encourage that man to be a man, as they say. You allow him to facilitate the steps to close the gap because them his kids. But you show up and be the stepmother that you're supposed to be and understand that that's a package deal. So if you're going to have him, you're going to have them kids too. Whether they bad, disrespectful, raunchy, criminals, whatever they are, them his kids. And the day that you took him on, you took them kids on too. So close the gap, sis. You have until Labor Day. Okay? Auntie Tracy added, yeah, because dad would shut things down. That's what my sister said. It absolutely would. No, when I just gave y'all the recount of what Zachary would do, hey, y'all. And my dad's such a teddy bear now. Bless his heart. And I don't mean that in a southern disrespectful way. I mean literally. His heart is so blessed. Dad used to cut up. We need to say a whole sentence. It was just a simple fact that it's just like this. Y'all done got this man so worked up that his voice is at an octave of 10 right now. Bless it. He's on 10 right now. Hey, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, his voice would shake the room. Now, oh my goodness, my sister and I will mess with her sometimes. I'm like, let's get him riled up. Let's get him going. He won't do it no more. But Dad would shake the walls in the house if he would just raise his voice. Hey, cut that out. What you out there doing? And if he would just say, oh my goodness, y'all. Let that man close the gap. Okay. You tell him that you open to it. You tell him that you would love to bridge the gap and bring everybody back together. And that's all you got to do. And then this is the thing. If you are faith-based, okay, because I know I am. Let me tell y'all, I've had some different situations too, with just family, friends, in-laws, my family, whatever, where it's just like this. Hey, I have to pray on this, right? So I also pray and I ask God to guide me as far as with things. And God gonna tell me if I need to put my hands on it or if I need to take my hands off of it. Some situations I've had to take my hands off. I'm like, you know what? I cannot change the course of this. So I'm going to take my efforts and put it elsewhere. I'm going to put it back into me. I'm going to put it into my house or whatever it is where I need to redirect it. You have to do those things. So I would say the first thing before you do anything is to pray about it. If that's what you do, that's what you believe in or whatever the case is. Because let me tell you one thing, and I'm just going to speak to my believers on here. If you're not a believer, that's okay. You can still stick around. We're going to keep it brief. But when you don't know what to say sometimes, those are the times that you should be praying the most because God will give you the words. Lord only knows how many times I've had to have conversations, very difficult conversations, where I'm just like, I don't even know how I can introduce what I have to say in this conversation to that person. But before I go to that conversation, I will have prayed on it. And by the time I reach that conversation, I'm sitting down with that person or on the phone or whatever it is, I have the exact words that I'm supposed to say. Guard your tongue. Guard your tongue. Because sometimes you could do more damage with that than cutting somebody off or doing different things. Your words can cut deep. We have to recognize that words can absolutely be weaponized. So use them wisely. But if you're moving in love and you love that man and that man love his kids, you love them kids too. Y'all are one. They are a package deal. So I'm going to need you to fix that, sis. Immediately. Get the kids back on the horn, okay? Now, look, I have to take a quick break, but when I come back, we're going to hop into tonight's What's Happening, What's Up. And it's the first obvious story that we're going to talk about. Y'all already know. We're talking about our former president, but I'm going to go ahead and hold that. We'll be right back.
What I know about courage I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
yeah,
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you could treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health. Time to get into what's happening and what's up in these streets. Let's get it.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's your girl, MzMetchi. And if you are tuning in, thank you so much. Let me get into these comments. What y'all talking about over here? She said truth, encourage him. Absolutely. Look, tonight's What Would You Do? We just try to help the people out. That's all. That's all. But look, what's happening? What's up in the street? So look, the first obvious story. I know how many people were shocked when the footage started to air about the gunman that attempted to assassinate our former president, Donald Trump. That sounds crazy. That entire sentence sounds delulu as heck to me. Okay. Delulu. Okay. It was pure chaos. But I'll talk about this. The thing that really got me was, and you won't correct me if I'm wrong, when melee breaks out like that, and I have a very specific word choice. Let me sip some water. My goodness, I've been drinking Palomas all day. Paloma and wine. Yes, because the corporate party, they had the liquor too. Shout out to y'all. Okay. With all the melee that broke out, those people did not run and take off in the way that catastrophe, in a catastrophe that you would run and you would take off if shots break out. I was shocked too. I raised my hand. I specifically, because it kept playing. And I was laying on the couch and I'm looking at CNN and I'm seeing it just loop around. And I noticed one lady, the one lady that was right behind him. And she just like this the whole time. This is supposed to be representative of a phone, in case y'all didn't know. But she was just holding the phone up. Everybody, they ducking, they did duck, but for me, because I was talking with Anthony about the situation, and he was like, I would have ran, they didn't run, and all this other stuff. Now, this is the thing. I told him in that situation, I could understand if they didn't run, because naturally, if something breaks out like that, it's the president of the United States. They would probably shoot you if you did that. But the scene just wasn't chaotic enough for me. It wasn't chaotic enough. Like, I'm just like this, baby, look, if we were at a regular thing, a regular event, a barbecue, we at the McCormick place, the Willis Tower, Sears Tower, whatever the heck y'all calling it these days. If we were in one of those spaces, and that broke, people would run. They would run. Kim said it was staged, honey. Ooh. And I, ooh. Ooh. Now look, I hope, as you all can see, we are in chapter Revelations, it feels like, as far as in the United States. I hope y'all registered to vote. And I'm not here to like push whatever, vote for whoever you want to, but make sure that you exercise your right. This is probably the one where it counts, okay? Auntie Tracy said, yeah, like that BS on Capitol Hill. Ooh. And it was the simple fact that when I will never forget the day that they turned up on Capitol Hill. Acted a fool, okay? Those people acted a fool. The video footage was frightening when they took over the White House, okay? And I felt like they was turning up more at the attempted assassination. And I didn't think I would ever see anything like that in my lifetime. I thought that was just stuff that happened back in the day. He said he tried it. Do y'all know that they said the guy that actually attempted to do that, he was searching for the dates for the Democratic convention. So I guess he say he gonna come and he gonna cause chaos in Chicago. I'm like, wrong city, baby. The wrong city. Don't come out here and try it. Don't try it. Okay. This is a state where there are plenty of stories that you can know they will shoot anybody. They don't care. Okay. She said, let the church say amen. Amen. Okay. Kim said, I just had a situation where we were out somewhere in public and it was just a thought that something was going on and everybody took the hell out running. Kim, let's talk about it. Vegan Dale. Now, after they reviewed the footage and everything, they recognized that there was not a direct threat that was there. But y'all saw how in Chicago, everybody and their mama took off to go back to a safe location after what they thought was some melee was going down. And I just feel like that's the way that you would normally operate in a situation. You're going to try to get cover and get safety. You're in the bleachers behind someone, and then you got the lady that's sitting there with her thing just recording. Ridiculous. Make it make sense. She said Trump is really messy. Right. A GED fool. I can't. Moving along. Now, Monday, I was talking to y'all a little bit about it during tonight's Hate It and Love It. Monday was another catastrophe. When my power cut off, my power was off for about 12 hours after the storm on Monday. I mean, it came through. And let me tell y'all this. The nighttime looks very scary when it's not one piece of light. One piece. I literally got home Monday night from my meeting and my lights was off 30 minutes later. Oh, and this was the kicker. Here's the kicker. I had just went grocery shopping over the weekend. We talking about $3.50 in groceries. And I want to get y'all out of mouth because groceries is high. Too high. Okay. So I was okay with being without power. I was okay with even being a little bit warm because y'all know it was a hot summer night. Okay. But I was not okay with losing my food. I'm just like this. We cannot open up that refrigerator come hell of high water. We can't do it. I'm not opening that fridge. Okay. It was out for 12 hours. Before the power actually went out, I was watching the live coverage of the tornadoes. And at the time, there were 10 active tornadoes that were taking place simultaneously and moving their way from the northern areas to the Chicagoland areas to the south suburban area to northwest Indiana. It was going down. Okay. Do you all know that they confirmed the number of tornadoes? And it was not 10. It was not 11 or 12. There were 19 tornadoes total that touched down on Monday night. If you all don't believe that global warming is real or that we down here play a part in shifting that, you're crazy. 19 tornadoes at once? Is this Oklahoma? 19? 19. 10 was egregious. When I looked at the news, I was like 10. And that was when I really started shaking in my boots. And then the lights flickered and it was like, doo, the horn, the sirens started going out. Woo! Baby, I was scared. I was afraid. Okay. Let's see. Auntie Tracy added, for real, everybody got a gun here. They may need to go in panties, bras, and shorts. Oh, Lord, not in the panties, bras, and the shorts. Kim said Monday was a rough ride, the roughest. Sis, it was like a mechanical bull that just was going on for hours. What's up, David? Tuning in from Cedar Hill, Texas. Texas in a building. Hey. David said even Barack Obama and Bill Clinton want Joe Biden to drop out of the race for president. So yes, that's another part of the story. Hold on, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Yes, Kim, 19 tornadoes. Okay, 19 tornadoes. So another thing, so as if we don't have to already worry about the weather related stuff. Another story that came out from the Illinois Department of Public Health is that there was one resident who was in their 60s that tested they tested positive for the West Nile virus. So we need to be on alert. Okay. How is West Nile coming back? Like, can some, they're making me nervous. Can somebody talk to me about how West Nile resurfaced again in this 60-year-old person? Like, baby, where did you go? We need to know all of your whereabouts. Somebody check the passport. Check the passport. Where did you go that you brought West Nile to the Chicagoland area? What? It's absolutely insane. Okay. Auntie Tracy said, David, hold on. Let me get to these comments. Hold on. I'm trying to put these up. David, he may need to leave vice president take the seat, or let the vice president take the seat. That's what they're talking about, you guys. Kim, what's now a mess? The world is losing its mind. Girl, it's lost its mind. Okay. And as Tracy said, and Biden got COVID right now. Yes, that was my next story. So let's go ahead. Let's talk a little bit about our current president right now. So he has tested positive for COVID-19, which is diabolical in this nasty work. Nasty work. This is too much. Like the fact that we are hearing about COVID again, we're hearing about the West Nile virus. At one point a few weeks ago, we were talking about the measles, y'all. We were talking about stuff that took people out before that's now resurfaced. What's really going on? Is everybody okay? Okay. So he tested positive for that. And there was a poll that was released by the Associated Press that said that 2 in 3 Democrats want Biden to drop out of the race. They want him to completely drop out of the race. They don't feel that he is capable to withstand the next 4 years of presidency for the United States. And my whole thing is like, who y'all gonna put in this place at this point? Is everybody okay? Y'all should have got Bernie Sanders in there when we had the chance. I'm gonna say it. Bernie Sanders was the one that we needed, and y'all, and then y'all made him a meme because he was sitting there crossed with his legs and his gloves and everything. But he actually cared, and I believe he would have actually gave us our student loans back. He would have paid. He would have took care of us, y'all. And he's older too, but you can tell Bernie Sanders is still in his right mind. He is still at the White House giving them hell, okay? The hell that they deserve. Do you hear me? And Auntie Tracy said, that's why I still use a mask. Yeah, this is the thing. I didn't want to do that. Leah said, COVID is with us for life. It's not going away. You're right. Kim said, I definitely wanted Bernie Sanders to win. We needed that. Auntie Tracy said, I know, because people give me a look when I wear my mask. Yeah, the thing about it is, once we all took the mask off and then everybody just got sick, it just kind of filtered itself out a little bit. It's still around, but it wasn't as relevant, Biden knows he'll lose in a landslide, so he'll either bow out on his own or told to bow out by his handlers. Ooh, that was spicy, David. Dang. That's how you feel? That's how you feel? Now, with this story, with the Associated Press putting out this particular survey, and they want they want him to drop out. You know, there has been rumors that people that are in the cabinet, former President Barack Obama, that, you know, people are encouraging like, hey, you know, things seem to be a little bit off. Yes, David, I'm laughing at you. You are a mess. Okay. Now moving along, you know, we're talking about politics, and this is the thing. I know y'all like, why are we talking about this? This is what's going on right now. My job is to really tell you what's happening and what's up. Let me tell y'all about these fools at the Republican National Convention. So some of the delegates that have been there that are participating, they wanted to show their support for former President Donald Trump by wearing an ear bandage over their ear that resembled the one that he had on his ear after the attempted assassination. Yeah, I'm looking at y'all real plain for those that are tuning in with me on our Facebook Live today and our YouTube. Of all the ways to show support for somebody who almost had their life taken, we use an ear bandage to do so? Okay. I saw the pictures of the people. I saw the pictures of the people that had the bandage on, and y'all, they looked the fool. And I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not afraid to say it. Like so many ways that y'all could support. Because I understand. And you know what? This is the thing. I will say this. Although there are of course differences between the parties and everything, no one deserves to have their life potentially taken from them. Whether if you perceive them as wicked or not, no one deserves that. So I understand if the Republican Party is like, we want to support, you know, our former candidate and let him know we stand in solidarity with him. I feel that I could think of probably 207 different ways that you can show him that you stand with him in a situation where they attempted to take his life that does not involve Band-Aid. Okay? Do better. Do better. Now, I was very saddened to hear this week, Brandon Casey from Jagged Edge, okay? He was one of the twins. Where the party at? He was in a horrific car accident. Now, he's recovering, but in his recount of everything, he said that he is not even supposed to be here right now, okay? And I think everybody that tunes in, we've all had some of those close calls where you like, oh my goodness, is this my time? Is this when I'm going to glory? Is this it? Okay. And when you come back from that, all you can do is just give some praise. Now, my last story for tonight disturbed me for a few different reasons because it involves something that I love so much. But the Scandal and the How to Get Away with Murder in Me, okay? I mean the shows, okay? Because that's not, let's stay on track. This story, so there's a YouTuber named Billy LeBlanc. He confirmed online this week that his girlfriend died from eating raw oysters. Now, that story upset me for a number of reasons, because if you know me, you know at least maybe I would say 1 to 4 times out the month, I go and I take me out and I go to some of my favorite little oyster spots and I eat oysters, like eat them. Eat them. I love oysters. Oh, that and a glass of Pinot Grigio is everything. But baby, she ended up, so the guy Billy LeBlanc, he says that they both had gotten sick from this particular batch of oysters that they ate together. Seemed like he was able to pass it. She was having a hard time. He said he went to sleep. He said, and I woke up and she was gone. Now, after they did some further testing, when she passed away, they discovered that she was apparently sick with a certain bacterial disorder or what, you know, and that's potentially what caused it. But since the story has been released and he confirmed that she passed and what she passed from, there has been some speculation that allegedly there may be some foul play at hand. Now, this is the thing. This particular couple, they seemed like they were really loving. Cam, no. She Auntie Tracy, really, yes. No, really, he's saying that she passed from the oysters and she ate them raw. She ate raw oysters. Okay. Kim, not the Yellowstone bacteria. I can't even. If you know, you know. If you don't know about the Yellowstone, the yellow tongue disease. It's got me spooked, y'all. It's got me spooked. I wanted to take myself on a date there to my favorite spot next week. And I saw this story and I was just like, well, I'm still going to go. But I'm just going to have them char grill them. Put them on the grill for a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So, yeah, that story, I mean, I hate that she lost her life. She definitely had a family, you know, so prayers are going out to their family. I mean, that's an absolutely serious situation. So I'm not joking about that. I became very sad after I read it because I said, well, look, I guess I won't be eating them raw like that too much, but they're so good. I mean, if you like oysters, I'm sitting here, I'm over here. My mouth is like, oh, is she talking about oysters? Is she talking about oysters? Yes, I am, mouth. I'm talking about oysters. Taste buds, I'm talking about it. Oysters just taste good. It tastes amazing, delicious. You put you a little Tabasco sauce on there with a little oil and a little, okay, a vibe. But not it carries a certain bacteria in it. I just said, how is it good if you can't chew them? Who said you can't chew them? Said you can't. You can taste it. Me personally, when I'm eating an oyster, if I don't chew it 100%, I will let it sit for a little bit before ultimately taking it down. Because then that's when you get all your little seasonings and everything comes together. But if you have them Rockefeller style, chef's kiss. Okay. I have to take a really quick break. And when I come back, we're going to go ahead and close out, of course, with tonight's topic. And I want you all to weigh in on that. It's important. I'll be right back.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean, and there I was, 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the...
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you could treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health. Hey, y'all, it's your girl, MzMetchi, checking in, reminding you to shop my exclusive collection, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi, where we've got shades and everything that you need to look fly. Oh, and we also offer accessories. So ladies, put a little bit of razzle dazzle in your collection today. Be sure to shop with me and follow on social media at Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Grab your products today at MzMetchi.com/shop. Now it's time for the Blueprint Live's topic of the day. Let's get into it.
Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. And of course, it's time for the topic of the day. What y'all saying in these comments? What y'all saying in these comments? What y'all talking about? You said, thought you have to swallow. Yeah, you do. For the oysters. For the oysters, y'all. For the oysters. For the oysters. You gotta, take it in. Do what you gotta do. Let me get that comment off the stream. We being bad. So look. Tonight's topic, how important is it to be friends on social media with your significant other? Look, this one, we're not even going to spend too much time on it. If that person does not want to be your friend, that ain't really your little boo. That ain't really your yeah. That's not your boo. That's not your man. That's not your girl. Because why we can't be on each other's page? What's going on with that? Now, this topic, I told you all, it came from our group. So shout out to Marriage Life Uncensored. Always good stuff in there. And I tell them too. I tell the admins, I'm like, hey, yeah, I'm talking about this on my show. Boop. Because when you got it like that, you got it like that. And this topic was going up because, and really, I was surprised. It was split down the middle. There were some people that said, hey, it's not a problem. And then there were some people that said, you know what? Look, if they're not trying to be like that with me, it's over. Now, I'll tell you all my experience with this. When I dated, of course, before getting married, I think I had one person that was like, I don't know if it's going to be like Facebook official. I ain't trying to do all of that. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Yeah. He turned out to be a very huge womanizer. So, of course, he was not going to put himself online as committed with anyone. Like, I think personally, if you don't want to have your significant other as your friend on Facebook, now I'm in my later years of my relationship now, I keep things private. I don't need to post that. I'm just like, I see him, he see me, we see each other, we're seeing each other. So you don't have to post, you don't have to post them if you don't want to, but it would be no way that it would be justifiable for him not to be my friend on social media. Like, what? And I hate when people try to say, oh, it's just social media. Well, it's social media where you'll post your kids, you'll post your accomplishments, you're posting when you're popping out or whatever the case is. So why would you not have your significant other be a part of that? Again, keyword is significant. Significant. Your significant other. I happen to think that it is important. I don't think that you have to post them. I don't think that you have anything to prove. They don't have to be your man crush Monday or your women crush Wednesday or anything like that. But I do think that if you are, seriously dealing with each other, what's the harm in it? Like some of the what would you do's that we've done where people have been like, he or she deleted me from social media and I thought it was weird. It is weird. It's absolutely weird. Because why if we go together for real? If we on our, babe, I love you, you my everything. How you gonna be my everything but not be on my social media? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You ain't got to comment all the time. You don't have to be there, but we could be friends. No way you should be deleting me. Why am I blocked? What you blocking me for? I'm not blocking you when you hungry. Okay? When you're hungry. When you're hungry or you're hungry. And if you know, I'm not blocking that. I'm not blocking my card when it's time to pay these bills or to help get groceries or do things like that. So why are we not friends on social media? I think it's important, y'all. Just me. Sorry. Auntie Tracy is laughing out loud, but it's the truth. Why you being weird to me is the question. I think that it's extremely important. And let me not say extremely. I just think that it's important. You don't have to be active. You don't have to be commenting all the time, but it's just like it should be no reason. Like people that block their spouses on social media, what you blocking me for? I need to know. What don't you want me to see? Who don't you want to know? Like I tell you all what, I even know of another story. And y'all know I don't never put nobody on blast with their situations, but when I tell you this, there was this one man that baby, he had 3 or 4 different profiles and he was living 3 to 4 different lives. So just because somebody is your friend on there doesn't necessarily mean that they're keeping it 100 with you. Okay. Now, Auntie Tracy said it's a secret garden. Yeah. And they trying to water it. My whole thing is if your significant other don't want to have you on their social media, they protecting their others. They protecting their others. They trying to protect them. They like, they got to protect their feelings. You know, again, like I said, you don't have to post them all the time, but you know, there should be something. It'd be a lot of the men that say that. I feel like more men say that than women. Women have just gotten hip to it. I feel like in the last few years, like I'm not gonna post that man. I don't care. I got him something for Father's Day. I ain't posting nothing. I'm not posting that man at all. And I get that 100%. That's what you want to do. But it's usually the men. The men are usually the ones. Now there's no statistics behind this, but y'all know. And men, if y'all on here, you know too. Now, like I ain't finna post her. I'm not posting. I'm not letting nothing she tag hit my page. I can't make my little Wody over here upset. Trash. Let's stop doing that. I think it's extremely important. I want y'all to drop y'all comments in there for me. Let me know. I mean, do you think it's important? Do you think it's not important? Okay. I'm going to take a quick break. And when I come back, we're going to close out with tonight's quote of the night because it's the quote of the night. Now, of course, I got to give y'all another word from my good friends at Live Long Health. Let's get it.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health. And now, introducing one of the newest BossFluent creations, Lady. Lady is a women's fragrance that will leave men mesmerized and have you feeling beyond amazing. Its sweet and soft aroma will bring out your inner divine feminine and keep him wanting more, over and over again. Lady, a BossFluent product coming soon. Make sure you check out our fragrances and much more online at www.bossfluentent.com. Thank you so much for all of my listeners for tuning in. And now it's time for the quote of the night.
Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi, and we've reached the end of the show. What a sad time. I want to give you all this quote because I saw this and it spoke to me. So I felt like maybe it'll speak to you too. Romanticize your life. Take pretty pictures. Feel like the main character. Light up a candle. Read books. Go for a walk. Dance to your favorite music. Buy yourself presents. Do whatever you want. Be happy. This is your life. Don't let anyone take it from you. Okay? Heavy on the romanticize your life. Okay? Even if it's just something of you taking a bubble bath and having you a glass of wine, get romantic with yourself. Okay? Get romantic with yourself. Don't be afraid to do that. Okay? Romanticize your life. If you get up and you go and walk your dog every day, that could still be a romanticized experience. Who said that it had to be regular? Who said that? Okay. Romanticize your life. Make everything, make every moment matter. Okay. That's the word I want to leave you all with. Thank you so much for everyone that tuned in with me. I told y'all tonight was gonna be a quickie. MzMetchi a little tired. I'm about to go and Netflix and chill, as y'all say, as y'all young folks say. So I'm gonna go ahead and be logging off soon. But I want to thank everyone that tuned in with me. If you haven't already, make sure that you're following the Blueprint Media on all platforms. Just type in at the BP Media Co. And if you are interested in advertising with me or, becoming a sponsor, please visit the bpmediaco.com or MzMetchi.com for more information. I'd love to have you and promote what you have going on. Like I told you all in my Hate It and Love It tonight, I am looking for those inspirational stories, people that you all feel should be highlighted, that are doing positive things in the community in our Chicagoland area. Please send them my way. I literally have some deadlines that I have to reach, and I want to take some people with me on this next particular journey. So please, 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 please reach out. Okay. Shout out to all of my listeners that are tuning in with me from Chicago, Jersey, Philly, and Houston through our amazing radio partners, Fluent Radio, Philly Jams 95.3, Indie 101.5, and Mixed Talk Media. Okay. And I have to give a special thank you to my amazing sponsors, Live Long Health. Okay. Shout out to them. Baby, I'm still coming down. I know you see it. Like, my goodness, so much progress. I love Diamond. Sending her all the love. Make sure you use promo code Blueprint for discounts for any weight management services or any of the other services that she provides. Okay. Make sure that you all get in tune. And of course, shout out to Black Dollar Days, Paris Ice Spa, and Fiya Infusions. Okay. I love y'all. I hope that you have an amazing weekend. Be safe. Hopefully, we don't have any more weather turn ups. Okay. And as long as we don't have anything crazy going on, I will be talking to you all next week. Have a wonderful night. Bye.